Rise of Liberty is a revolutionary war sandbox game that has been in development for just over 2 years now. It's been maintained by a single developer, which I find really neat, and so I wanted to create a video on it, both to bring what little attention I can to the game, and also because it's just hilariously cool. This is going to be a different style of video than what I've been making on this channel, so if you like it, please like the video and let me know in the comments, and if you prefer my other content, let me know as well. And don't worry, I'm not giving up my usual style right now. I've just wanted to make a fun video while I try to figure out how to come at the new Hytale blog posts in a useful way that doesn't just copy everyone else. And I've also been watching the Kappa debacle that has a lot of creators concerned. So stay tuned. Anyway, onto the video. So first off, I opened up Rise of Liberty, pressed start, and configured my settings on the maximum number of troops allowed on the battlefield. I started it on a fairly low 650 because ragdolls were enabled and I wanted to make sure I got the best frame rate I could. If you disable ragdolls, you can put way more guys on the map, but trust me, ragdolls make this game way more dynamic. After that, I was greeted with a battle selector menu. As you can see, you can make custom battles, play historical battles which have set colonist to British numbers, or at least a set ratio depending on how many troops are allowed. Or you can play siege mode, which I'm not going to cover in this video because it's a bit more taxing and involved than the other modes, so if I play that, it's probably going to be in its own video. For the first round, I chose to go with custom battles on one of the oldest and most popular maps in Rise of Liberty, Bunker Hill. Once I spawned in, I went over to a horse that quickly took me to the front of the line. I wanted to get a good idea of how large the enemy force was. It was actually fairly small for Rise of Liberty, but still large enough to inflict heavy casualties on my force. I took some pot shots and the cannoneer next to me enthusiastically helped. Even if it's in the distance, a cannon blast is just so satisfying to me. I knew the front of the defense was a poor position to be at though, so I moved back to the second line, where I met a friend. Let's call him Abel. Abel and I fought bravely together as the enemy force marched on us. By bravely, I mean I ducked behind cover and quickly popped up to shoot. Abel stood his ground like a man. The enemy was soon upon us, however, and Abel was slain when a lobsterback impaled him with a butter knife. I stayed fighting by his body until I was unlived. Abel's death caused a brief lapse of my sanity, so I equipped a saber and charged to the front of the line. Also, I should mention how Spartan that flag bearer was. He did not even blink when I ended him. But not only did I charge to the front of the defenses, I charged at the entire second wave of redcoats. Prepare to be not alive, scum! That is painful! Then I respawned, and died again. After that, I decided to spectate these two gents and captured this heartwarming moment.
Hey, I'm going to fire at that guy next, sound good? Yes, these ruffians don't know their sights from a hole in the...
Inspired by that excellent cannon shot, I decided to equip what is, in my opinion, the most powerful weapon in the game, if you can aim well, the hand mortar, which I promptly missed with. Thankfully, I was able to restore my honor by deleting this stationary soldier, and this other stationary soldier. I considered myself king of the marksmen. Ow! 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 Things were getting heated, so I decided to go on a ride.
A ride of destruction!
Well, actually, I was only able to take down one horseman before I was shot off my horse. I was getting tired of my oversized boom boom stick, so I decided to go with something classic, a bow and arrow, which like the hand mortar is a bit difficult to aim with at first, at least for myself, but it rewards you with a lightning fast reload time in comparison to most of the other weapons. I was able to drop several of the British, even though some of the shots I made were, I may say, nearly impossible. It's okay if you aren't as good as I am with the bow. It takes a real pro gamer such as myself months to gain such mastery of it. The colonists also won this round, which is totally historically accurate. For the second round, I wanted to try out playing as an outnumbered British force, and I chose the relatively new woodland map to play on. This was an enormous mistake as I had forgotten how close the two sides spawned to each other, and my army was quickly dispatched. So I had to suffer through spawning right in the middle of many colonist troops who had taken over my spawn point. I took out a good amount of them, but they would nail me after just a couple of seconds, so I stuck in this horrendous respawn, kill, and be killed loop that really irked me.
So I quit!
For the third and final round, I decided to play as a colonist as they invaded Yorktown in a historical battle scenario, which gave me a little history lesson.
Mom, I'm not wasting my time, I'm learning history!
Gosh. At the beginning of the match, I decided to turn on smoke on weapons other than my own to see if I could get away with it and not have too much lag. I didn't really get much, but for some reason I still turned smoke off after I died, which was not smart. If you play this game, please play with smoke on unless you can't run it. It looks way better. Returning to a fresher battlefield, I decided to recruit some men to attempt a flanking operation. All you have to do to command friendly soldiers in the immediate area is press a number that corresponds to one of these icons below. Gosh, why was that hard to pronounce? I think the commands from left to right are follow, halt, attack, formation, and advance. I led my men to the enemy's left flank, and we began engaging. Unfortunately, I was downed pretty quickly. Fortunately, you can respawn in place of one of your soldiers, which gets you close to the fighting and also creates this amazing spectacle. I have no idea why that's in the game, but I love it. Oh wow, this battlefield is getting kind of heated. I better go seek shelter. Here, this looks like a safe place. I'm sure they can't. How am I still alive? There were 2 people right next to me that instantly stopped living. What? Also, how am I walking on water? After the failure of the flanking attack, I decided it'd be a brilliant idea to attack the enemy head-on. So I rallied some men behind me and waltzed right into the town and conquered it with ease. Oh wait, that didn't happen. I actually was stopped before I even stepped 10 feet into the base. Oh. Well, don't worry. After I respawned, I was able to take one of the enemy's cannons and turn it against them. Never mind that I literally missed every shot at this guy because of a glitch. Gosh, I hated that guy. That was actually a good way to end my rampage, as right after that, the enemy actually ran out of men and we were able to take Yorktown, which is probably the only thing that was historically accurate in this video. Alright, cool. Hope you enjoyed. Bye!